She said, no, you see, when I call you a baby, you'll become careless and give me money. I told her, madam, even when you call me baby, I remain careful, I will not give you. So, that is already an internal contradiction. When I go back and she gives me little food, we shall quarrel. That is also an internal contradiction. When I tell her, come here, and she delays, we are quarreling. So, we can call that the marriage what? Question. So I want you to look at the Eastern question. Don't look at it as something very hard. It is very simple. But how do you bring it at your level? Thank you very much. So I want you to look at these questions as we are looking at the next stage. Why was the Eastern question a problem of European politics? It was a problem because of strategic reasons. Why was it a problem? It was a problem because of what? Strategic reasons. One time I asked my father, why is it that these days you are sending away men who are coming around our home? He said, they are disturbing my girls. I told him, your girls are what? Strategic. 1, they are graduates. 2, they are beautiful. 3, they are above 18. 4, siba kusondera nnyo. So they are strategic. And that in itself means the strategic location of the Balkans made Russia to pick interest in what was taking place, made France to pick interest. The strategic location made Britain also to pick what? Interest. France wants to do what? To revenge. Britain is scared. Scared of what? Russian what? Expansion. Britain is scared of Russian expansion. And as the Russian expansion in the Balkan continues, this one is scaring other European countries such as what? Austria. So at the end of it all, we need to understand how was Russia, how was the Ottoman Empire, how was the Eastern question strategic. It had issues to do with tourism, the birth areas of Jesus. Excuse me. They were so important in terms of tourism. Why was it becoming a problem? It became a problem because of the Vienna settlement. It became a problem because of the Vienna settlement. One time I visited a home, and when I had reached, I sat in the chair. After sitting, the child came and told me, get away from the chair. And the mother was looking on. I kept quiet. The child said, get away. I looked on. The child slapped me. And when I told the mother, why is the child beating? The mother said, you are lucky. He has just slapped you. Others, he slaps them and he kicks them. So that means that is a problem of what? Bad upbringing. So the unfairness of the Versailles, of the Vienna settlement, 1814, 1815, and later the Congress system, 18 what? 30, created internal problems. And these internal problems created a boiling pot in the eastern part of Europe, giving us the Eastern question. You can understand when we talk about unfair upbringing, and we are calling it unfairness of the Vienna settlement. It tempered with nationalism and religion. So, I want you to try out this question and post your answers on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is European History at CBS by Mpagitone Sewanyana. European History at CBS by Mpagitone Sewanyana. Or you can call me on my mobile number 0777-801-807. Call me and we discuss, because the government is encouraging e-learning. And as we discuss, you'll form opinions, which opinions will be very instrumental in as far as your final exam is concerned. I have been handling students for the last 25 years. Therefore, when I'm talking, you must be able to listen. And when you have not understood, you must be able to do what? To ask. And when you ask, for sure, I'll be able to get you the answers. So I want you to try out this question. Assess the effects of the Greek War of Independence. Assess the effects of the Greek War of Independence. Last week I traveled by taxi. I thought now that we are from a lockdown, they are going to reduce the money. Kampala na Mugongo, they charged me 5,000. 5,000 to come to Kampala and 5,000 to go back. Before the lockdown, we were paying 2,000. Now they have added what? 3,000. You never know. Mr. Dog may move from hard paper to what? Very hard paper. So, it should be understood that UNEB is not going to change because we are in lockdown. And it is also unfair that when it comes to the newspaper pullouts, we don't see European history there, we don't see African history, we don't see African nationalism. We are seeing chemistry, physics, entrepreneurship. Those subjects are good, but after they have committed offenses, they will need the services of a lawyer. So can we, as we are preparing the medical people in science, prepare the lawyers who will defend them when the copyrights of their medicine is being tampered with? That is for the minister. Let us look at our next question of discussion, and that is the Greek War of Independence. Question. The Greek War of Independence The Greek War of Independence was primarily a result of nationalism. The Greek War of Independence was primarily a result of nationalism. Now, when such a question comes, students first begin failing by this word here. Primarily, is it small extent? Is it great extent? No. Primarily is a command. Primarily is a phrase. How you respond to the phrase, it depends, and how you respond to the phrase will make sense or will not make sense. One time I was moving in our village there. I was still a young boy, 20 years there. And for us, our dad had passed a law. Girls, boys, you all kneel. So I moved across Namsoke. I told her, Jaja Ankulabiao, the woman said, Ngakolachi, temwagala fukamira. So I said, hey, fukamira is an issue. So I continued kneeling even when the heart was standing. So can we relate that to our question? When they say primarily, they are trying to tease you. The way you respond to the way they are teasing you is what we call question interpretation. In your homes, your father does not talk. He asks questions. Your mother tells you, go and wash the plates. I'm still washing my soap. The father asks a question. What have you said? You cannot say I'm still washing the play. I'm still watching the play. You interpret the father's question and you can't wash the what? The plates. When you are coming back at 7 and your father asks, where have you been? You don't tell him the truth. Because you know the truth will lead you in trouble. The two words begin with TR. Truth equals to what? Trouble. So, what do you tell him? If it is the month of Ramadan, you say, I have been at the mosque. Prayers were still going on. If it is locked down right now, you say, I had returned Johnny's book. You interpret what the interest of your father is and drive the answer in that direction. Can we now take it to this? Greeks, primarily, nationalism. Where is the clue? The clue is here. The Greek War of Independence. They could not call it the Greek War of Independence if they were in favor of what? Colonialism. They could not call it the Greek War of Independence if they were in favor of colonialism. So straight away I'll begin by the Greek War of Independence, 1821 to 1832, was a major phase in the Eastern question. Why am I using Eastern question? You are supposed to use the word, the language of the history teacher. When you say Eastern problems, you are not very okay. So, the Eastern question, it was part of the Ottoman Empire and it was under the Ottoman Sultans. However, in 1821, the Greeks revolted against the Ottoman what? Sultan. Very soon we are going to have similar revolts. NRM oye! Museveni oye! After the preliminaries and you lose, you become what? Independent, but the poster is what? Yellow. But you don't put there the NRM what? Logo. Why? Because you are independent. People power, oye! In the evening, when they give you X, Y, Z privileges, you say, Chagulanyi bivudem. You are interpreting. And as you are interpreting, you are becoming what? Mature. And the maturity of your presentation becomes what? Impressive. And the impressive work becomes attractive. And when your work is attractive, the examiner develops what? Interest. And when the examiner develops interest, what happens? He gives you a what? A high mark. I tell my students, some of you are very unlucky. Like you is watching. You have been from senior 5 to senior 6. Even when you leave your books in class, no one can steal them. Why? You don't have a bad handwriting. You have the what? The worst handwriting. Even a thief looks through and he says, I would have stolen this one, but really, why do they call me a thief for stealing a book which I can't read? The handwriting is bad. You, John, can't pick your book from the what? The classroom. But these ones with good handwriting, they are getting 80 in Europe, they are getting 70 in Nash. Even their past papers are lost. For even when you leave yours in the dormitory for second term, you'll find it there in third term. Why? The handwriting is worse. Therefore, when we are writing, we must be able to use very good handwriting, very good English, and when someone reads it, he must be able to pick interest in your work, be attracted by your work, and at the end, give you a lot of marks. I have a friend, he has his wife, but the wife dresses like in the shabby clothes. So my friend came and said, we always have quarrels with Monica over what? Dressing. When she's going for a party, she dresses very well. After that, she comes back and dresses anyhow. I told him, John, don't worry. You tell Monica there is a what? A party tomorrow. At what time? At 2. After she has dressed, you sit around the sitting room. Tell her they have cancelled the what? The wedding. Because of social distancing. But you remain in those clothes, as I also remain in my clothes. And that's what he did. And now he's very happy. So what am I trying to say? When you look at the word primarily, it is requiring your opinion. And when it calls for your opinion, how you present your opinion is what I'm going to discuss after this commercial break.